All right, Aaron, 6 brothers and their parents all connected to a case of sexual abuse involving a young girl.
Today, the father told a judge he understood the charges, quote, as best he could. According to the sheriff, John and Nita Jackson faced felony child neglect because they knew the young girl was being raped in their rural home and they did nothing to stop it.
One of the brothers admits the abuse started when the victim was just 4 years old and continued for more than a decade.
10 on your side's Liz Palka is live now in Perquimans County. And Liz, you asked the family if they had anything to say about the accusations. What did they say?
Well, Nicole, the family stayed silent for the most part, except for one brother, Eric Jackson, did make a brief statement. However, the parents, Nita and John, they didn't have anything to say about the charges against them or the charges against their 6 sons.
Whose fault is it? Who are the victims?
What about
here?
to your sons?
What about
Anything
your
to
6
say?
boys?
Nita and John Jackson walk into Perquimans County Court for their arraignment. They're charged with felony child neglect and are currently out on bond. Their 6 sons charged with sexual assault, rape, some accused of having sex with a young girl. This went on for 10 years, according to the sheriff, from the time the victim was 4 until she was 14 years old. The sheriff saying the assaults happened within the Jackson family's remote home. One of the brothers confessing to investigators his mother witnessed the abuse at least once, but she walked away. District Attorney Andrew Womble said he couldn't discuss evidence when it comes to the parents.
At this time, they're only charged with 1 count of felony child abuse. So the possibility of additional charges, certainly there's always a possibility of additional charges.
Womble said the case could be tough to prove as it stretches over a long period of time. Investigators have said the victim is willing to testify if she's needed.
Ability of the witnesses to remember and recollect the evidence is certainly a factor that you take into account.
The Jacksons couldn't say much as they stood in front of the judge. Eric Jackson, the oldest of the charged, did make a statement beforehand. He is the brother who investigators say came forward to his pastor after he moved away to confess what happened in his family's home. The pastor then drove him to the sheriff's office to turn himself in.
I know that you all know that at this time we cannot say anything. There may be a point in the future where we can, but at this point, until all of this legal stuff is done, there's nothing that we can say for our.
Is there anything else?
And Womble did want to speak this morning in court about bond conditions as they relate to the Jackson parents. The judge said that wouldn't be fair as their court-appointed attorneys were not present this morning. Live in Perquimans County, I'm Liz Palka, 10 on your side.